Melanie Robinson, and I am a real estate investor just like all of you. We have done a couple of new builds, some flips, burrs, got some foreclosures. We're currently working on a project where we are building a fourplex, and we're closing on a condo in Abbotsford at the end of the month. So I am deep in the trenches with all of you wanting to learn and grow. We're focusing on long-term buy and holds with joint venture partners, which is why I'm loving this Ignited program so much. So that's me as a real estate investor. And why am I, as a real estate investor, sharing with you Mind Power Mondays? We have, I just see a thumbs up. Thank you for that, whoever you are. I am sharing this. I'm an NLP, Master Practitioner of NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which I'm noticing some of you are becoming familiar with. And it doesn't matter at all. It really is. Good morning, Megan. What it is it's a study of the mind, how the mind works, the strategies that people run, and it was created to basically, the founders of it wanted to figure out what's the difference between those who are excellent at what they do and those who are mediocre, and then they broke that down into the strategies that they run, and it's a fascinating, incredibly vast model. Hi, Carlene. Hi, Ray. It's an incredibly vast model. It can help people in personal development, and overcoming challenges, and it can also really help with success of your business. So I love the model, and I am passionate about sharing it. Today I decided to do something a little different, and Ray, I know you're on here, and I messaged him this morning and let him know that he inspired me when I watched Ray Joe's live yesterday, and just how raw and open they were about their story and how they got started, and just the rawness of it all. From that point on, I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that I really feel like I need to share with all of you why I care so much about this. And I mean, I obviously care about it from the perspective of helping you achieve your success. And I care about it because I know that it works. So like I said, I joined our family business back in 2001, and we focused on corporate training and coaching and helping people in their business. And we worked with people one-on-one. And I used it in my life for sure, but I hadn't ever been faced with a circumstance that had, sorry, the comments come up delayed. So I just saw Ray say thank you. No, thank you, Ray. It was just awesome. And it's a little bit uncomfortable, I'll have to say, sharing this with you, but I really do feel that moving forward, seeing as we're going to do several weeks of this, I want you guys to know me, and I want you to know that I'm not just standing here or sitting here, sharing this from the perspective of something I read in a textbook. I am sharing this because I know the value. I know how it can change your life, and I know that it works. And that's what kind of switched me over from sharing this, sort of 2001 to 2007, more theoretically. And then I had the opportunity to really see how to put this into practice in 2007. And I'm not sharing this with you, my gosh, in any way for any kind of sympathy. Look, my life is fantastic, and I'm super grateful for all of my experiences in life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But I'm sharing this with you because it's one of those situations that from this point on in my life, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that our minds are so powerful. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that we can overcome things like people were messaging about, wanting me over the next few weeks to support them with fear and confidence and motivation. And all of these things, which they all are mental. And I know from my life experiences beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is life-changing. It's so simple. And it's powerful, like mind power. It is powerful. So back in 2007, my husband decided that he wanted to end our marriage, and he wanted to instead be in a relationship with our tenant. the single mom downstairs who was my friend. So messy situation, obviously not joyful to go through. But that wasn't the real challenge. The real challenge was that he also wouldn't leave our family home. And without going into all of the details, I was told by my lawyer that I couldn't leave our home with my children, that I could leave without them, but because we didn't have all the court stuff organized with guardianship and so on, that I either needed to stay in the home until we had a judge tell us all of that visitation, or I needed to leave without my kids. Well, my kids were 9 months old and just turned 3, so I clearly wasn't going to be leaving them behind. So I chose to live in the home with my husband and his girlfriend, and it was not a great 7 months. It was, you know, some of the most challenging times of my life, and so I got to put into practice everything that I share with you. And again, I'm sharing this because I feel like if I could get through that 7 months by using the power of my mind, then I know that I can get through anything. And I know you can too. I know that if you're nervous to pick up the phone, if you're nervous to walk into a meeting, if you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, I know that you can change what you're thinking about and change how you're feeling to get through that. So that's why I'm sharing this with you today. I honestly, for that 7 months, I mean, they, I guess I could say they tortured me. They took off my bedroom door, literally took it off and locked it away so that I didn't have a door on my bedroom, so that I had no privacy. They would stack garbage in my parking spot. I mean, just, it was crazy. It was crazy to go into all the details, but I can tell you that it was 7 months. It wasn't normal. It wasn't a normal situation. And I had these precious little angels who needed me to be okay for them. And so I got to use what I'd been practicing or what I'd been teaching others to use. And I got to use it in the most meaningful way. I got to use it to basically be okay in a horrible situation and be able to look after my beautiful daughters. Was I perfect at it? Absolutely not. Was it hard? For sure. Did I have moments that were, you know, where I had to pick myself up off the ground? Absolutely. But did I get through it? And did I use what I share with all of you? And I think that's what I really got to realize yesterday in again, listening to you, Ray and Joe, was that I use this stuff. I'm not just sharing it with all of you as some great piece of information that somebody told me about. I use it and I know the power of it. And I know that it can help you in all that I'm about to share in the weeks to come. And I feel like sharing with you how I used it in really challenging times in my life. That's why I could, from that point on, I could share this from a completely different perspective. And I can say, you can control your mind and you can control how you're feeling to get through whatever it is that you want. And if I could get through that 7 months, I know you can go in and talk to that potential joint venture partner. I know you can go into that networking event. I know you can. I know that you can use your mind and you can create a situation where you create that feeling of confidence. So what I did in that 7 months, honestly, like it's the most simple little thing. And I will share this with you. I think I did share it on the first Mind Power, and I will share it again because to me, almost everything can come back to this. I created a vision of my girls and I skipping along the path. So I had this really clear vision of myself in the center, each of my daughters on either side of me. We were holding hands, looking from behind, and we were skipping along the path. And I don't know if you saw my live on the weekend, but it was actually the path down by the river there. So I go there all the time. But back then, I would imagine myself skipping along the path. And if I closed my eyes and I imagined seeing us in front skipping, that meant we were okay. That meant that we were happy and that we had gotten through this. We were on the other side of it. And every time I thought of that, I would feel better in that moment. Did it fix problems? No, but I felt better. It changed what was going on inside of me. And I did that, like, honestly, probably hundreds of times a day. I would have to, because stuff would be going on and I couldn't control what was going on around me. I couldn't control what they chose to do. I couldn't control that I needed to stay in that home. So the only thing I could control were my thoughts and creating an internal environment that was safe for me, that would allow me to be the mom that I needed to be. And so that is that is how I know that this stuff is powerful. That's the moment, or the 7 month period of time, where moving forward, I've never looked back. I want to share this. I know that people can get through challenges. And again, when it comes to business, if we can get through personal challenges, we can get through the things that might limit us from moving forward in our career. I've used this in so many different situations. Obviously, in my own life, business for a couple of years focused on helping people quit smoking, and same thing. People want to quit smoking. They go through a time, once they'd leave my office, where it would be challenging and they would want to have a cigarette. Well, what did I have them do? I had them imagine out in the future being a non-smoker. What did that look like, feel like? What did you hear, smell, taste? What was that like as a non-smoker? And when they think about that, that changes how they feel. And that would allow them to get through that moment of difficulty. My mom healed her body of cancer, and she did a lot of this stuff as well. And again, I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying this is powerful. This is powerful personally, and this is powerful in your business. But we're all the same person. We are living our life, which has personal challenges. It has business challenges, and we are the ones who are in control of that. So that's really what I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to really articulate to you in some way. I'm sharing this with you because I live it. I'm sharing this with you because I know the power of the mind. Really, right now, what you could do, and we can go into it in more detail, in future weeks, but what you can do is have a thought in your toolbox. That's what I used to tell my clients. Have a thought in your toolbox. So think about something that makes you feel happy or calm, whatever it is that you're wanting to feel. Think about that. And actually, you may not do it now, but when you get off this live or at some point this week, close your eyes and really imagine what that's like. Imagine what it feels like. Imagine what's going on around you at that moment when you're feeling so happy. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you smell? Are there any smells going around? Like, bring in all of your senses, and at some point as you're imagining that, you will get a feeling that will feel really good. You'll notice it. There'll be a shift. And that is the power of your mind, changing your internal environment. And that's something you can use, again, before going into a meeting, before getting on a phone call, before going to interact with your kids after you've had a long day. This morning, my daughter's home. One of my daughters is home this morning because she's getting bullied at school and she's afraid to go to school. So this morning was a bit, chaotic or stressful, challenging here. My heart breaks for her, but I needed to be able to be present for you. So I do the same thing with everything in life, and we can't escape our personal life. We can't separate personal from business. We are us, and we have life experiences, and then we go out and we do our personal life, and we go out and we build our business. And I have no doubt that all of you are going to create successful businesses, whatever that means to you. And if I can support you in any way in harnessing the power of your mind to create an environment, number one, that feels more comfortable to you so that you're in control of it. Again, having the power, mind power, so that you're in control of it. And also so that you can purposefully, mentally create whatever environment it is that you want. So that as you're going into things, as you're going into that networking event, as you're meeting with that potential partner, as you're going for a walk with somebody and you want to bring real estate up for the first time, whatever it might be, that you remember this and that you choose to think about something that changes how you're feeling so that you can be in charge of your internal environment. So there you have it. My little personal why I really truly do care about this, why I want to share this with you over the next few weeks, why I know that it's life-changing and that you can achieve anything that you want to achieve, and that the mind is a huge, huge piece of that. And like I've said all the way along, I know we need all of the incredible resources that we're learning through books we're reading and educational platforms and the Ignited program and all the documents. I mean, all of it is incredibly important to our success. And your mindset and recognizing the power that you have within to create the results that you want is a massive part of your success. And that's the part that I'm super grateful and super excited to be sharing with all of you on Mind Power Mondays. So have a fabulous week, everyone. I hope that you do take some time over this next week to pay attention to your thoughts and how they make you feel, and maybe create that little thought in your toolbox that you can grab whenever you want, and know that when you think about it, it makes you feel great. See what that's like. Let me know, comment, share any thoughts that you have. Let me know anything that you want me to address moving forward. And I really am here to support you. I'm super grateful. And I can't wait to spend these Mondays with you. Have a great week, everyone. And we will see you next Monday. Bye for now.